What's up, everyone? This is Ben Heisler, and here is your Thrive 5 of the day for the $20K guaranteed Super Bowl contest over from our friends at Thrive Fantasy. If you've never played before, Super Bowl Sunday, the ideal time to go ahead and give it a shot. Thrive offers daily fantasy contests using prop bets for your plays, but instead of salaries, it's with easy over-under prop bets to go and choose from. You choose 10 out of a possible 20 prop options for the Super Bowl. The less likely the prop is to occur, the more points you'll get, and just like in DFS, the more points you have, the more money you win. Lastly, be sure to use promo code BENNY when you sign up over at thrivefantasy.com or on the app for iOS and Android. You put in $20 and they will match it right away. So we've got a different type of Thrive 5 for you guys today. We're going to choose 5 different props out of a possible 20 to choose from in the contest lobby. That's over at thrivefantasy.com and on the Thrive app. You choose 10 in total, plus a couple of extra ones as tiebreakers to compete for over $20,000 in guaranteed cash prizes. So let's get it started. Prop number 1, we will start on the San Francisco side with running back Raheem Mostert. Give me the over 0.5 touchdowns in this game. The dude is 12 in his last 8 games, and the Chiefs' biggest Achilles heel all season long has been stopping the run. Mostert across most prop markets is projected around maybe 76, 77.5 total yards. And even with a banged up Tevin Coleman, Mostert has been prominent as a goal line back this year when both Tevin Coleman and Matt Breida were healthy. So I think the over definitely feels like the play for me. Up next, we got George Kittle, to me the 1B to the 1A of the NFL at the tight end spot, and Travis Kelce. And I'm going to go once again over, this time it's 67.5 yards over at Thrive. Now, this number is substantially lower than what's listed in Vegas, and the Kittle's matchup versus the Chiefs defense is far superior to Kelce having to go up against the middle of the 49ers defense. We'll get to that in just a second. The Chiefs have given up the 6th most yards to tight ends this year, so I think this matches up very well for Kittle, who's hasn't really had to do a whole lot in the passing game considering that they've been hiding Jimmy G. I don't think they'll have to be able to do that for the Super Bowl. They're going to have to use Kittle quite effectively and quite often. For prop number 3, let's go to the San Francisco side once again and take Emmanuel Sanders. And once again, we're going over on total receiving yards at 40.5. Now, he hasn't necessarily emerged since Deebo Samuel has gotten himself going, but think about the familiarity that Emmanuel Sanders has with this defense. You know, he used to cook the Bob Sutton teams, but he actually did face this Chiefs defense right before he got traded to San Francisco, literally the last week before he was traded. So I do think Emmanuel Sanders, you will likely see him get involved in the passing game once again, and I think that number hits on Emmanuel Sanders on the over side. All right. So we got our San Francisco 49ers props out of the way. Let's take a couple from the Kansas City side. We already did over a half a touchdown for Raheem Mostert, but I love it even more for Damian Williams of the Kansas City Chiefs. Over a half touchdown in both rushing and receiving. It's a great opportunity and a great buy low over at Thrive. And again, think about who's getting all the work in the running game and also part of the receiving game. It's Damian Williams. Nobody else is going to be taking over. There's no LaShawn McCoy. Darwin Thompson only played about 10 snaps last week. They've ridden Damian Williams through the postseason, getting over 90% of the snaps. I think he does find his way into the end zone on Sunday purely based on volume and opportunity alone. Finally, final prop that I have on the Kansas City side for the Thrive 5, Travis Kelce. He's been so good all season, so good in the postseason, especially getting into the end zone, but I am going under here on the receiving yards for Travis Kelce. Now, still remains a matchup nightmare, but credit the 49ers for being the best rated team in the NFL at stopping the tight end. I still think Kelce can find his way into the end zone like I talked about before. He seems to have a great connection with Mahomes in the red zone. And he'll still be targeted a bunch, but the 77 versus the highest rated defense against tight ends, that just seems a little bit tad too high to me, and I think the going under is probably the better value play. And there you go, guys. That is our Thrive 5 of the day for $20K guaranteed in the Super Bowl roll over at Thrive Fantasy. You can, of course, find all these props at thrivefantasy.com or download the app to make your picks before the Super Bowl starts. And again, for Super Bowl Sunday, you can choose from a whole entire list of props that we didn't even mention on this list. A ton of them are going to be available where you can go up against Thrive Fantasy, and you'll have a shot to win up to 11 times your entry with just getting 4 prop bets correct. So be on the lookout. Lots more Super Bowl content coming your way here on the Thrive 5 as we get closer to the game. And for all the latest news and for information on Thrive, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Thrive Fantasy. And don't forget promo code BENNY when you register for that deposit match of $20 when you deposit $20. Until next time, guys, enjoy your Super Bowl. This is Benny Heis. Be good.